Have you ever wondered if the very liquid that sustains life could also power our entire civilization? For decades, a mysterious concept has haunted the fringes of science and engineering. It is the dream of the water-powered car. A world where gas stations are replaced by garden hoses and the only exhaust from your tailpipe is pure oxygen and water vapor. It sounds like science fiction, or perhaps a suppressed miracle. This is the world of hydroxy gas, often called HHO or Brown's gas. Proponents claim that through a special process, water can be split into a highly explosive fuel that provides more energy than it takes to produce. This brings us to a controversial crossroad between astrophysics, thermodynamics, and the desperate search for sustainable energy. Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most debated topics in the history of alternative energy. Today, we are going to look past the conspiracies and focus on the raw physics. We will explore the legendary claims of inventors like Stanley Meyer and analyze the actual engineering behind electrolysis and resonance. At the heart of this quest is the simple water molecule. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. To separate them, we must overcome the powerful atomic bonds that hold them together. In standard cosmology and chemistry, this requires a specific amount of energy. But if there was a way to vibrate these molecules until they simply fall apart, this is where the HHO dry cell comes into play. By using a series of high-quality stainless steel plates, typically grade 316L, we can create an electrolytic environment. When we apply a direct current, the magic begins. Tiny bubbles of hydrogen and oxygen begin to dance on the surface of the metal, ready to be harnessed. Many enthusiasts have taken this a step further by installing these cells into their internal combustion engines. They claim that even a small amount of this gas can act as a combustion catalyst, increasing fuel efficiency by 20 or even 30%. But is it truly a revolutionary leap, or are we just scratching the surface of a much deeper energy mystery? To understand the gravity of these claims, we must look at the universe itself. Astrophysics tells us that hydrogen is the most abundant element in the cosmos. It powers the stars and defines the structure of galaxies. If we could unlock its potential efficiently on Earth, we would be tapping into the fuel of the stars. The real controversy begins with the concept of resonance. Traditional electrolysis follows Faraday's laws. The amount of gas produced is directly proportional to the electrical charge passed through the cells. This is a hard limit in thermodynamics. However, some inventors claim that by using pulse width modulation and specific frequencies, we can bypass these limits. Think of a singer shattering a glass with their voice. They are not using raw power, but the perfect frequency to break the molecular bonds. If we apply this logic to water, the goal is to hit the resonant frequency of the oxygen-hydrogen bond. This is the foundation of the so-called voltage intensifier circuit, a device that aims for extreme efficiency. In our quest for truth, we must weigh these claims against the second law of thermodynamics. This law states that in a closed system, entropy always increases. You cannot get more energy out than you put in. Unlike gasoline, which burns at a predictable rate, HHO has a much higher flame speed. This is one of the reasons it is set to improve engine efficiency. If a self-sustaining water car is impossible, what is the value of the HHO dry cell? The real-world applications are more grounded. It consists of a series of metal plates separated by precise rubber gaskets. A typical setup might use 7 or even 11 plates. The goal of the dry cell design is to create a configuration that operates efficiently with a typical car battery voltage of 12.6 volts. By wiring the plates in a special configuration, we can achieve about 2 volts across each pair of plates, which is the optimal voltage for non-resonant electrolysis. Next comes a pulse width modulator, or PWM. This electronic circuit is vital. It does not just send a constant stream of power. Instead, it passes the electricity at a specific frequency and duty cycle. This pulsing is said to be the key to achieving resonance. By adjusting the PWM, the inventor can find the precise conditions where gas production is maximized for the lowest current draw. This current, measured in amperes, is a critical variable. A low current with a high gas output is the hallmark of an efficient HHO cell. When we look at the immense scale of astrophysics, we see that the entire cosmos is powered by hydrogen. It is the simplest and most powerful fuel in the universe. The quest to liberate it from water is an attempt to replicate the very mechanisms that ignite the stars themselves. This gives the water fuel quest its cosmic significance. Another key component in many setups is the bubbler. This is essentially a safety device. It prevents a flashback from the engine back to the cell. Without a proper bubbler, an unexpected backfire could ignite the gas inside the cell, causing a dangerous explosion. Safety is paramount. The resulting HHO gas is a mixture of 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. This particular mixture is incredibly potent. Unlike gasoline, which burns at a predictable rate, HHO has a much higher flame speed. This is one of the reasons it is said to improve engine efficiency. Inside the car engine, the HHO gas is drawn into the cylinder during the intake stroke. The subsequent compression and ignition are key. Since HHO is a catalyst, it is thought to help burn the existing gasoline more completely, leading to better fuel economy. But can it do more? This brings us to the mysterious work of Stanley Meyer. In the 1980s, he claimed to have developed a car that ran purely on water. His patent for the water fuel cell describes a process that allegedly used minimal current and high voltage pulses to achieve resonant water splitting. Meyer's test vehicle, a modified dune buggy, was a sight to behold. It became the centerpiece of his public demonstrations. This resonant phenomenon can be compared to the energy release in a cosmic event. Astrophysics and cosmology often deal with immense power locked within seemingly simple structures. This is the foundation of the so-called voltage intensifier circuit, a device that aims for extreme efficiency. The goal was to hit multiple resonant frequencies simultaneously, breaking the molecular bonds with minimal power input. Replicating this is the ultimate challenge. This resonant phenomenon can be compared to the energy release in a cosmic event. Astrophysics and cosmology often deal with immense power locked within seemingly simple structures. The motor drives the generator, which powers the cell, which feeds the motor. This is the concept of a water-powered car that requires no gasoline. For a closed-loop system like this to work, it must achieve over-unity. That means it would have an overall efficiency of more than 100%. However, the first and second laws of thermodynamics state that this is impossible. The energy losses from heat, friction, and the process itself are always substantial. The splitting process has its own efficiency. When you multiply all these percentages, the overall efficiency of the loop drops significantly below 100%. Faraday's laws of electrolysis are very clear on this. For a given amount of electric current, a predictable amount of hydrogen is produced. There is no magic trick. The energy contained in the produced gas can never be more than the energy put into the cell. This is a hard law of physics that cannot be simply ignored. While these laws might seem absolute, some researchers continue to explore the possibility of non-linear effects. Just as dark energy and dark matter in cosmology hint at forces we do not yet fully understand. The HHO community believes that resonance and high voltage might unlock a new frontier in electrochemistry that is not yet fully described. This is why the HHO topic continues to capture the imagination, even when faced with the cold, hard walls of thermodynamics. If a self-sustaining water car is impossible, what is the value of the HHO dry cell? The real-world applications are more grounded. Many people have successfully used these systems as an additive to clean engine carbon deposits and slightly improve gasoline efficiency. It can still be a step in the right direction. One of the main challenges is heat. When you run a HHO cell with high current, it gets very hot. This heat is energy loss. It requires complex cooling systems and careful thermal management. This practical limitation is often overlooked in the theoretical discussions about the water car. A more viable future for hydrogen lies in its use as an energy storage medium. We can use renewable energy sources like solar and wind to produce hydrogen during the day. Then we can use this hydrogen in a fuel cell to generate electricity during the night. This is a practical and scientifically sound path. The cosmos is a grand, intricate energy system. From the darkest corners of the universe to the smallest atom, energy is always conserved. Faraday's laws of electrolysis are very clear on this. For a given amount of electric current, a predictable amount of hydrogen is produced. There is no magic trick. The cosmos is a grand, intricate energy system. From the darkest corners of the universe to the smallest atom, energy is always conserved. The water-fuel closed-loop concept requires us to get more energy from the water than we put into it. The energy input is for splitting the water. The output is from combustion. The laws of thermodynamics say that this conversion cannot be over unity. It is a fundamental truth that has never been successfully challenged in a reproducible experiment. Hydrogen has a distinct advantage. It is a zero-carbon fuel. Its only byproduct is water. This is a powerful vision for a sustainable future. The legacy of Stanley Meyer and the HHO community is complex. While the dream of the self-sustaining water car might be a myth, the pursuit of clean hydrogen energy is a reality. The passion and ingenuity of independent inventors are vital for innovation, even when they challenge established scientific norms. The path forward requires a balanced approach. We must combine the creative, out-of-the-box thinking of independent researchers with the rigorous methodology of professional science. By working together, we can unlock the true potential of hydrogen and build a cleaner, more sustainable future for all. This brings us to the importance of real-world data and experimentation. If you are going to explore the world of HHO, do it with an open mind, but also with a critical eye. Measure your inputs, measure your outputs, demand reproducibility. This is the only way to separate the true science from the powerful fiction. We have connected the engineering of a workshop to the vast scale of cosmology. While the miracle car might be an illusion, the search for truly clean energy is one of the most important missions. In our journey through the science and myths of water fuel, we have seen the incredible potential of hydrogen and the limits of our current physics. As we look to the stars and the fundamental laws of astrophysics, we are reminded of the simple, elegant order of the universe. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. By understanding these forms, we can build a better world, one experiment at a time. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of HHO. If you found this analysis insightful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay curious, and remember to question everything until you find the truth.